If you're running around now trying to get out the door, you are not alone. Nearly half of Americans say they don't have enough time to do what they want to do. Cassie Holmes may be able to help those. She studies the connection between time and our overall happiness and satisfaction. Her new book is Happier Hour: How to Beat Distraction, Expand Your Time, and Focus on What Matters Most. It is published by Gallery Books, an imprint of Simon & Schuster, which is, like CBS, owned by Paramount Global. Cassie, good morning.
Good morning.
Dr. Cassie, I should say. You're a PhD. You study this, and you found that if you have 2 to 5 hours of free time a day, you can be fulfilled and happy. What is that sweet spot?
Yeah, and it's an important thing to recognize because, as you noted, we run around and we feel so much like we don't have enough time. And in those moments, we're like, if only I had more hours in the day, then I would be happier. And we tested this. And what we found was, yes, folks with too little time are indeed less happy because they're more stressed. But the thing we didn't expect was that when folks have too much time, they're also less happy because...
That surprised me.
Yeah, and it's because when we spend, all of the hours of a regular day with nothing to show for it, we don't feel productive, and that undermines our sense of purpose, and from that we feel dissatisfied. And so what our research is suggesting, it's not about being time rich. It's about making the time that you have rich.
Yeah.
And that's the sort of next step in the process of identifying for oneself what are those ways of spending time that feel really worthwhile so that you can dedicate more time to those hours or those activities and less time to a lot of the activities that fill our days that feel more wasteful.
But do we lie to ourselves about the time do we say, I don't have any time, I can't do it, I can't write a book, I can't, learn a new skill, I can't
Partially
exercise.
a status thing where people want to project busyness out into the world.
Right.
It suggests that they're so important.
But even presidents go to the gym and they take time. I mean, are we kidding ourselves sometimes?
We do have the hours in the day to spend on these activities that not only are worthwhile, but they themselves are happy and they translate to make the other activities that we do happier, make us feel better while doing them. So there are these mood boosts. And the way to identify that is through time tracking, to identify, okay, how am I spending my time? And more important than that, how am I feeling? How does doing that activity make me feel?
You actually say we should write it down. You say
Yes.
that happiness is a choice. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. But your research has determined there are basically 3 factors that determine happiness.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so our personality does have an impact on how we feel, but that is outside of our control. I'm lucky enough to sort of be a naturally happy person.
Yeah, they called you Little Miss Happiness when you were there. Yes.
But we're all subjected to life circumstances, and those circumstances do have an effect on how we feel. And the last couple of years, these are circumstances that haven't been so positive. But interestingly, those circumstances don't have as much of an effect as we think they do. The thing that has the effect that we have control over is how we spend our time and how we think about the time and being not distracted while we're spending it, so that when you are spending your time on those really worthwhile activities, you are paying attention so you get to feel the happiness from it. Yeah. And there is a lot of joy right there in our day-to-day, and it's a question of not missing out on it.
You call your research me-search because it's stuff that you want to work for you, and I can see it is working. So I hope that's for other people as well.
Cassie Holmes, it's so great to have you. This book's incredible. Thank you very, very much for being here. Happier Hour is out today. Pick it up. This is CBS Mornings. We'll be right back.